All right, welcome back to the YouTube channel here, guys. We have part 2 of the Connelly layout. If you recall, last weekend we built this in our garage and now we have installed it in his basement. Let's go take a look. All right here, guys, here it is, along with the owner, Mr. Chris Connelly.
Hello, everybody.
We are in his basement. This layout is 18 by 12. As you can see, it pretty much fills the entire basement with a nice 3-foot walkway all the way around. These are 4 by 6 foot modules that we ended up putting in here. And then Chris has totally designed it from start to finish.
So
and
the challenges are the poles, which hold the house up, and making the horseshoe go around the furnace and the chimney. So we've done a great job with that. And there's just enough clearance space to get in between the chimney and the layout. So we'll have some room over there.
all right, let's go around the other side here, Chris, and we'll take a look.
So as you can see, I can't gain any more weight, but you can go right in here and there's just enough clearance, making sure you don't hit your head on the pipes, to come all the way around the layout here. When the layout's built, because I'm running passenger trains instead of a lot of freight trains, and the main spine of the layout is going to be diagonal from there over to here. And for the first time, I'm working with different levels. This is the actual lower level. Main level will be 5 inches above this, and then an elevated part that's going to be mostly on the far side of the layout, but that'll be 5 inches above that. So that'll all be a new modeling experience for me. And the critical thing is having turns that are big enough when you want to run bigger passenger cars. So, I mean, you've got to be at 30-inch radius wherever you can, and we're just wide enough to have 30 inches on either side of the horseshoe here, and then get a long 18-foot run along the back. So we've tried to make the most out of the smaller space. It's a lot of layout for a basement that really isn't all that big.
So on this end of the layout, Chris, this is 6 feet, correct?
6 feet from side to side, and again with 6 feet, you can still get the 30-inch curves here and here. And if you want to run some freight trains, we can go 27 inches on the inner in an area where we're double tracked here.
Let's go over to the other side, Chris, and take a look at that side.
Right. We thought when we were putting the layout in that there wouldn't be any access here. So I mean, this is a corner that is not rounded off here. And in my basement, I need this storage because it's a smaller house and we need places to put things. So a lot of model train layouts and supplies can go up here. So this is going to be a kind of a tight fit. But over here, staging yard at lower level here, which will look around underneath and go where the basement is. Go where the chimney and the furnace is there.
So if you guys recall, where Chris is standing is one drawer. So when you first come down the stairs, you'll have access for a drawer. Here is that second drawer that we talked about in the last video. And if I don't go too fast, here on the other side is the third drawer, which should give him plenty of access for screws, track nails, tools, all that kind of stuff. So Chris really thought it out in entirety, and I think he had lots of time to do so. And it all came together very well.
Sure. The track plan, I mean, if I was going to give anyone advice from, I mean, this will be the 4th model railroad that I've built. This will be the best and the most permanent that I've spent as much time as you want with your track plan. Because once the bench work is in, a lot of the decisions have already been made. So you spend time with the grid paper and the pencil and the eraser so that, gee, you know, I want to add more staging here. I want to make sure the turns are more rounded here. All of those changes are really much better made on the paper and on the drawing board before you actually have the bench work going.
Chris, let's take a look at that awesome plan that you gave me to build this off of. So this is one thing that I use to level out the entire benchwork. So all this benchwork was built in my garage, which had an uneven floor just like the basement. So tonight we actually went through with that laser under the table and we actually made each leg the correct height so the entire table is flat. There you can see a little bit of water. We had some pretty good torrential rains last night. Must have came down the chimney. But with treated legs, you should never have a problem. So let's take a look at that plan. All right, so Chris did this wonderful plan. This one's actually in color. This is showing the entire layout with dimensions, radiuses, such as the 18-inch radius there, or 1.5 feet, 2 foot on the left. foot and a half again, and a foot and a half. So he color coordinated it, and all the boxes represent a dimension. So when we were building this in the garage, we really didn't have too much guesswork to do. The only real guesswork we had was where the poles were, and we just modified that on scene. So Chris, you want to kind of explain what the colors actually represent here?
Sure. Everything in red is on the main level of the layout. And again, the feature part of the layout is going to be this main line, which is going to be a station. And you've seen the really great Milwaukee station that Walther's put together. That was given to me as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago. It's going to fit right there and is really going to be the focal point of the layout. Trains that come around here will go up a loop. This is a looping. This is the elevated part of the layout over here.
So you got to remember, guys, that this plywood that you see right now is technically staging height. So staging height is actually going to start here on the current level. It'll actually be 4.5 inches higher here than what the current table is, and it'll actually go down around, and then his staging yard will be here. So everything you see on the plywood or the red is going to be 4.5 inches higher than what you see right now. So as this layout progresses, we'll continue to shoot videos and kind of show you maybe how we did it. So
should I tell you the really quick story about going over to your house? Because one of the frustrations about your house, I'd come home and then I'd have to go and make changes to the model plan here. So the eraser would come out, but a lot of the changes that were suggested have been really good improvements. Putting a Y in here was really good. So there this is, a chance where you don't have to play God and turn the around and can do that right here. And even with pretty big 36 and 30-inch curves, so you can back big passenger cars around and they're not going to derail there. And I wanted the elevated part with Walther's makes that new commuter elevated station, which I really like, and I have a spot for that, and it's right near the road. And we'd love to bring this main road, this would be a street here, and bring this underneath and get down to the lower staging level, so that that highway overpass that also looks really good can be a part of the layout there too.
Well, wonderful. Let's wrap this up, Chris, and wait for the next video. Well, thanks, guys. This is Chris Connelly's layout. I think we're in week 2 here of building and installing. So next time I come over, hopefully this weekend or next week, we'll install drawers. We'll do some leg bracing, so that actually makes the table pretty stable. And as Chris finds time here before the sports season starts, he'll start basically drawing the track out. So again, guys, stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, and don't miss all the next videos. So till then, have a good night.